What is going on, guys? AZ right here with you, Andrew Zamba, for another WWE related video for you here today. Okay, I'm sure you guys can see in the title, Top 10. New series I want to introduce on my channel, Top 10 with AZ. Pretty self-explanatory what this new series is about. I will periodically be giving you guys top 10 videos on various WWE subjects. For example, it could be top 10 pay-per-views. Like for example, when WrestleMania season comes around, top 10 WrestleManias of all time. Okay, top 10 greatest wrestlers of all time. Okay, in this case, I can be giving you top 10 matches on a certain pay-per-view of all time, and this pay-per-view happens to be Summerslam, and I consider this pretty appropriate because in a few weeks we have SummerSlam 2015, August 23rd. Just a few short weeks, we have another edition of SummerSlam. This year, it is looking to be a pretty big event, okay, the caliber of WrestleMania big. 4-hour event this time around, okay, main evented by Brock Lesnar versus The Undertaker. I made a video on those two guys, how they'll exceed expectations when they meet each other in the ring. If you guys want to see that video, link is down below, okay? Gotta get that cheap plug in there. Anyway. This video's my top 10 series, very subjective, okay? You guys might disagree with me, you guys might agree with me. That's for you to decide. So without further ado, number 10, we're going to start off with, okay? You guys can see this shit. There you go. Rey Mysterio versus Eddie Guerrero from 2005. Now, this storyline between Rey Mysterio and Eddie Guerrero got really personal, involved a lot of realism, revolved around the custody of Dominic, okay? And who would get custody, Rey Mysterio or Eddie Guerrero. Now, during this storyline, great heel work shown by Eddie Guerrero. In a few segments, he's really nasty, being a real dickhead. He was reading storybooks, actually informing Dominic that Rey Mysterio was indeed not his father. That crushed both Mysterio and Dominic, and it really got a lot of heat on Eddie Guerrero. It really made the casual fan and the hardcore fan just really want to hate Eddie's guts, okay? Great heel work. Another segment, you have child services brought out to actually physically take Dominic away. Once again, a lot of heat on Eddie Guerrero for, making this happen. And I think this is a match not only known for its physicality, considering it's a ladder match, and, they're always going to put the body on the line during a gimmick match like that. But this storyline really hits home to most families. I'm not really too sure. Maybe a lot of families, maybe little families around the world. Okay, a lot of people, a lot of marriages go through messy divorces. The child's kind of like a game of hot potato with the child. They're pulled to the mom, pulled to the father. It's a hard game. It's a hard game hard life that the child has to live. Okay, so a lot of families, a lot of children, a lot of families can connect to that. So that's why this match really connects with a lot of families, because of the realism. Okay, and a lot of tough bumps in this match. Okay, a lot of depth, a lot of theater in the ring, and towards the end, Rey Mysterio got a big face win, a really satisfied win for the babyface. Okay, and I think this match definitely deserves number 10 on this list of greatest SummerSlam matches of all time. Okay, just not with the in-ring ability, because both men, Eddie Guerrero, rest in peace, and did I say Rey Mysterio? Eddie Guerrero, rest in peace, and Rey Mysterio, two of the greatest of all time. They can go in the ring. So great chemistry really brought this match together to be a big winner at 2005 SummerSlam, which actually was one of the better SummerSlams in its history. I'll get more on that in probably top 10 SummerSlams of all time. And the next one we have is Kurt Angle versus Brock Lesnar, 2003. Okay, this match between Kurt Angle and Brock Lesnar was involved in a big feud that these two had in 2003. The WWE really revolved around this feud, okay, for the better part of 2003. These two amateur wrestlers, back in the day, NCAA division wrestlers, so when these two get in the ring, they're gonna create, instant classics. None more so on display than the great match they had at WrestleMania 19, main event, WWE Championship on the line, which Brock Lesnar won, okay? He was doing that crazy shooting star press. He missed, almost broke his fucking neck. Kurt Angle was going in with a bad neck as well, he told in a few interviews. And all in all, turned out to be a great match, okay? They had the fucking Iron Man match on SmackDown. Just these two, when they go in the ring, instant classics, okay? Now, Kurt Angle was gone for a while, with his neck injuries. He came back, okay? Lesnar, Angle, they were buddy-buddy for most part of the summer for part of the storyline, okay? Brock Lesnar turned on Kurt Angle in a steel cage match when he was facing Vince McMahon, okay? It was kind of a shocker because you never really expected Lesnar, although I guess you probably could expect it, to turn on his friend, his best friend, Kurt Angle, okay? This culminated into just having the beast that Brock Lesnar is, and the beast, even more so, that he is today, facing off against with the Olympic gold medalist, Kurt Angle. So, there's really nothing more than you can say about this match than just the technical prowess being showed by Kurt Angle, combined with the brute power. And Brock Lesnar, yes, he's a powerhouse. Yes, he's a fucking beast. But when he gets down to the mat wrestling, unmatched, okay? So when these two combine, just like Eddie Guerrero and Rey Mysterio, these two have great chemistry. And with Brock Lesnar being built up at that time to being such a beast, to have him tap out to Kurt Angle on the championship on the line was just instant shocker. Okay, no one saw that coming, so I like that aspect of it. Just a great all-around match, one of the greatest Summerslam matches of all time. That's why it deserves a number 9 in the spot. Okay, you guys tell me if you agree. Okay, one of the greatest feuds that the WWE put on display. Next match we have, okay, at 1998 SummerSlam, we have Triple H versus The Rock, okay, in a ladder match for the Intercontinental Championship. Now, at this time, we all know today, Dwayne The Rock Johnson, one of the biggest movie stars on the planet. He's white hot right now. I've been watching the show Ballers on HBO. It's not that bad. He's one of the biggest names of all time. Obviously, a future Hall of Famer. When he had the Attitude Era, you gotta believe that Stone Cold was 1A, The Rock was 1B. You had those two huge stars. The Rock, biggest of all time. And then you have the game, Triple H, okay? 13-time world champion. One of the biggest of all time. Obviously, two future Hall of Famers. But at this point in time, 1998, Triple H and The Rock, they had yet to become big stars, okay? So what I love about this match is not only the innovation of this, just the innovative moves in this ladder match, not too many high spots to make this match great, but a lot of brutal shots. I believe there was like a leg drop involved in there. That was a cool spot with the ladder. Watch this match actually a few months back, okay? It was a classic. So like this match for the two really got the ball rolling for the careers. At Survivor Series, The Rock went on to win his first, world championship. Hunter, Triple H went on from there to become the great. And that with the Helmsley regime involved in that, with the great character that he developed. So this match really set the foundation. Okay, Triple H winning Intercontinental Championship. Just a great match all around, and set these two up for the Hall of Fame careers that they have today. Okay, that deserved number 8 on my list for the greatest SummerSlam matches. Now, number 7, this match is more on the later years of the SummerSlam pay-per-views. This is kind of when the transition from to the PG era. Okay, so it's kind of cool to see that these two performing in the Hell in a Cell. Undertaker versus Edge, SummerSlam 2008, in the Hell in the Cell. Okay, so it was really cool to see how, like I said, with an introduction into the PG era, I was kind of skeptical because you need blood to put the cell over as just being the demonic structure that it is. But it turns out these two didn't need blood. Didn't really need too much of the TV14 Attitude Era type aspects to make this match great. I mean, and during the week's build-up, you had the commentators, you had just Edge being vicious with the concertos, okay, you had La Familia, Kurt Hawkins, Zack Ryder, Shawn Guerrero, his bodyguard. He had the whole momentum for Edge rolling into SummerSlam, that when the commentator said that Edge is just giving Undertaker a beating like no other has in a long, long time, he actually believed it. Okay, that's what I love about these two going into it. Both men were treated as equals, not just the dead man being viewed as a powerhouse, the top dog, while Edge is viewed as underdog. Okay, I like how the two were created equal. And this feud really stems back to 2007, okay, when Edge cashed in back in May, I believe, on The Undertaker to win the World Heavyweight Championship. Now, in 2008, you had two feuds, two amazing feuds, okay? Raw had their feud, Chris Jericho versus Shawn Michaels. That started, Chris Jericho bashing Shawn Michaels' eye into the Jeritron 5000, okay? And then it all culminated into one of the best ladder matches I've seen at No Mercy, I believe, the pay-per-view. And then SmackDown had their feud, Undertaker versus Edge, okay? You had the very underrated match, main evented WrestleMania 24. Very underrated, had great psychology. That was a great match. Undertaker making Edge tap out. Okay, Taker got his one to keep the streak alive. And then at One Night Stand, you had The Undertaker lose a TLC match to temporarily leave the WWE. Okay, Edge got his win there. This was the rubber match, so to speak. Okay, Hell in a Cell, there was a big spot when Edge speared The Undertaker through the Hell in a Cell. You know, the steel paneling to the outside. Okay, that was badass. A lot of like TLC elements mixed in. You had a lot of lasso ride through the table. Okay, you had a spear into the steel steps. That was pretty badass. And Undertaker gets the win at the end. Choke slams him through the ring. That was badass. Overall, a great put together Hell in a Cell match to a 2008 edition of SummerSlam. And definitely, these two, great chemistry. One of The Undertaker's greatest rivals, in my opinion, throughout his career. Definitely deserves a spot on this list for greatest SummerSlam matches, in my opinion. Next, number 6. Almost halfway through, guys. Almost halfway through. Number 6. We got the Dudley Boys versus the Hardy Boys versus Edge and Christian for the first ever TLC match in WWF, then WWF, WWE history. Okay. Now, what I love about this match is I love all gimmick matches, okay? I love ladder matches, like I said earlier. I love Hell in a Cell matches, although they've kind of watered down all these gimmick matches. They have their own TLC pay-per-view. They have the own Money in the Bank pay-per-view. They had their own Elimination Chamber pay-per-view. They have their own Hell in a Cell pay-per-view. It just waters it all down, okay? But I do like gimmick matches here and there because they really show a sign of, it's really unpredictable what's going to happen in the match. Not the outcome, but just the spots that they're gonna pull off. So when you had first ever TLC match, a lot of fans didn't really know at that time going in, what was going to happen. So a lot of high spots. It was pretty cool to see at the end. Edge and Christian standing on that table. I believe that was the spot at the end to win the tag team championships. These three teams had just stellar feuds back in this time period. And who can forget TLC 2, WrestleMania 17, the critically acclaimed WrestleMania, one of the greatest of all time, WrestleMania. Hint, hint, wink, wink. I might put that in for actually, I definitely will put it in but will be number 1 for my top 10 WrestleManias of all time. Anyway, like I said, just a lot of high spots, a lot of danger spots. Jeff Hardy is always pulling out those fucking crazy moves that makes you scratch your head. Oh no, great first edition TLC match. Onto SummerSlam 2000. Number five, halfway through. 2 of the greatest of all time. Okay? Best there is, best there was, best that there ever will be. Bret Hart. Flawless. Mr. Perfect. Kurt Hennig. 1991. Going back ways. Bret Hart versus Mr. Perfect. Okay? SummerSlam 1991. Okay. At this point in Kurt Hennig's career, he had really bad back problems. Was actually considering retirement post-match. So, but that didn't stop Kurt Hennig. That didn't stop Mr. Perfect from really putting on a show, just making Bret Hart seem just putting Bret Hart like a star. Okay, really revitalizing, rejuvenizing Bret Hart's singles career. Okay, when these two get in the ring, two of the greatest technical wrestlers of all time, and at this point, when somebody kicks out of the finisher back in these days, when Bret Hart kicked out of the perfect plex, it was like, what the fuck? Like, you don't expect it to happen. It's like that holy shit moment, okay? It really values the finisher. It really makes it seem like it's that deadly of a move. For example, I wanted to get this off my chest. I kind of alluded to it back in my pay-per-views reviews of Money in the Bank, I think it was, and Battleground. John Cena and Kevin Owens. They've been having great matches at Elimination Chamber, Money in the Bank, and Battleground. Okay? The gripe that I have with their matches, you guys tell me if you agree with this. A finisher serves its purpose for just that. Finishing a match that when you hit that finisher, for example, Shawn Michaels hitting that sweet shit music, it's over. Okay? The Viper hitting that RKO, it's over. Okay? So when you have John Cena constantly kicking out of pop-up power bombs, when you have Kevin Owens constantly kicking out of AAs, it seems like everyone's kicking out of AAs on their open challenge lately. But when you have them constantly kicking out of finishers, it just devalues them. Okay, devalues the finishers, waters them down. So that's what I don't like about it. That's why this match, which was just so good, had so much technical prowess shown. It was just a great overall match. Great win for Bret Hart, like I said, to rejuvenate his career. And I gotta give it to Mr. Perfect to put on a great match along with Bret Hart. Just overall classic. Next, more of the later editions of SummerSlam 2013, motherfucker. CM Punk versus Brock Lesnar. No disqualification match. Dubbed the Beast versus the Best. Okay, this match, wow. This was a great match. I swear to you on my life, I just watched this match about a few nights ago. Okay, I watch this match a lot. I watch about every year when SummerSlam rolls around. Well, it came out 2 years ago, but still. It was a great match. The problem I had with the match going in is that when you have the Beast... By the way, Lesnar looked fucking huge at this point, 2013. I mean, he looks big now, but he was fucking huge in 2013. When you have the caliber, the power, and the size of Brock Lesnar going against CM Punk, who's not really known for his physique and his stature, it's almost a little bit unbelievable when you have him going against the Beast, Brock Lesnar. However, these two, chemistry galore. Okay, I think it was great that these two had a gimmick match, no disqualification, to bring in a lot of weapons, bring in a lot of steel chairs, to really up the hype, really up the ante, and, just add a lot of drama to the match, okay? Had some near falls in there. Although I do have one problem with the match. At one point, CM Punk hit the GTS. Looked like Brock Lesnar, obviously, was going to kick out. No way he was going to lose that match. But it looked like he was going to win. Then he had Paul Heyman insert himself and break up the 3 count. I do not like that Brock Lesnar needs Paul Heyman to win the match. I don't like that aspect of it. But overall, excellent match. He had a lot of brutal moves, a lot of German suplexes, a lot of belly-to-belly overheads on the outside, a lot of fallaway slams. In the end, a vicious F5 to CM Punk on the steel chair, almost like perfectly placed. His face hit the fucking, when the edge of the chair. That was pretty badass. Brock Lesnar gets a big win, dominating. CM Punk pulling out a lot of, UFC submissions. You had, with his jiu-jitsu background, you had triangle chokes, you had, Fujiwara arm bars, just a lot of mixed in there, okay? That's what I love, that aspect of the match, okay? Great match. That's why I was hoping for a little bit longer of a match. It wasn't really even a match at Battleground. Because Rollins reminds me so much of CM Punk. So I was hoping for that type of match at Battleground. But we also got Undertaker, so really nothing to bitch about there. Number 3 on the list, guys. Almost fucking there. Number 3. Alright, we got Bret Hart versus The Undertaker from 1998 for the WWF Championship. And at this time, if Bret Hart were to lose, he would never wrestle in the United States again. Okay, special guest referee Shawn Michaels. Now, at this time, Shawn Michaels, known as a pillhead, popping pills left and right, known as being a real asshole backstage. Him and Bret Hart, you know, had a lot of animosity outside the ring, not just in the ring, but outside the ring as well, okay? And Undertaker is kind of, as JR calls him, as he repeatedly says on his podcast, you know, he's like the conscience of the WWE. You know, he's a veteran. He's the kind of guy that you're always going to respect, okay? He's a #1 respected guy in the backstage. You're not going to fuck with Taker. You're not going to You're not going to fuck with Mark Calloway. So, what I love best about this match, okay, Bret Hart versus The Undertaker, it kind of got the ball rolling almost for the Attitude Era. It really, you know, mixed the gears, started the gears going, okay? Shawn Michaels going for a steel chair shot on Bret Hart, connects. One of the greatest moments of all time. I always watch this shit on the network. Connects headshot to The Undertaker, okay? That was an iconic moment. Reluctantly, Shawn Michaels, 1, 2, 3, pins The Undertaker, Bret Hart, champion, he wins the match, okay? That sets in motion the first ever Hell in a Cell instant classic with Shawn Michaels and The Undertaker, okay? And then you had Kane, he was introduced. They set their feud, had their match at WrestleMania 1998, WrestleMania 14, okay? So set the ball rolling, set, you know, the gears in motion. This match, great match in and of itself, but for the events that followed, which is why I love this match so much. Number 2 on this list, okay? Just, wow. Just a fun match. Just instant class, one of the greatest matches I've seen in my years of watching WWE, okay? You had Steve Austin, Stone Cold versus the Olympic gold medalist Kurt Angle, okay, for the championship. At this point, you had the Invasion storyline, okay? Stone Cold, you know, during his heel moments, facing against the babyface Kurt Angle. He was at the WWF side. You had the Invasion angle, you know, going back and forth, right? These two got in the ring. There was no fun and games. It was just about two men getting down, getting dirty, looking to fucking kick each other's asses. I'll tell you that. The promo was badass when you had Let the Bodies Hit the Floor as the promo song. That was fucking badass. During the match, just 5 consecutive ring post shots from Steve Austin to Kurt Angle. Okay, really showing his vicious side. Pouring blood, stuck like a stuck pig. Kurt Angle. Now, like I said earlier, I don't want to sound like a hypocrite. Okay, I know this match had a lot of false finishes, a lot of kickouts of the finishers. I don't want to sound like a hypocrite. How, yes, it does water down the finishers. I don't really like this aspect of the match, but they were perfectly placed, okay? Adds the drama to the match, okay? And it's a little tension when you think Steve Austin's going to tap out to the ankle lock, okay? In the end, one of the most favorite matches to end by disqualification, okay? Repeatedly throughout the match, you had Stone Cold knock out Earl Hebner, okay? Stone Cold knock out Mike Chioda. Stone Cold knock out Tim White. And then it comes in Nick Patrick after Angle hits the Angle Slam. Or is it DDT? I don't remember. It was like a few weeks ago. I watched this match. I want to make sure I refresh myself for this top 10 list. You had Kurt Angle covering Stone Cold. Nick Patrick, the crooked referee for WCW. 1, 2, oh no. Actually, didn't count any count. Before he hit the 1, he went to Howard Finkel and said because of the brutality that Stone Cold showed on the referees, he was disqualified, but as you guys know, he is still the champion, sets up the Angle, Kurt Angle got screwed, okay? Great background to that match, great ending, one of the greatest endings to any match in history. Just an overall, Stone Cold is really known for his character, not really known for his in-ring ability, but when he gets in that ring, he can get things going. He knows what he's doing, okay? I think it deserves number 2 on my list. Now, moment we've all been waiting for. Okay, number 1 on my list, greatest SummerSlam matches of 2009, came in the 2002 edition of SummerSlam, one of the greatest editions of SummerSlam I've seen. Okay, now an honorable mention for this list would be Brock Lesnar versus The Rock, but that was eked out just a bit. Okay, but this match right now, Shawn Michaels versus Triple H. Okay, in their street fight, unsanctioned match. Now, quick background to this match. As you guys know, Shawn Michaels out with a back injury after being back body dropped over the top rope by the Undertaker at the Royal Rumble 1998. Okay, just the disc in his back got herniated. He was out for 4 years, had back surgery. People thought he would never come back, and people didn't really want him back for his history. He found God, born again Christian. I read his book. It's on the bookshelf right back there. You guys see the bookshelf right there. I read his book. Okay, very inspiring. So when Shawn Michaels came back, when he was pedigreed in that DX segment, that was one of the greatest moments of all time. Okay, that's why they included it into the 2K15 video game. Okay, Shawn Michaels is my favorite of all time. Okay, I don't care what you guys, what anybody says, you know, but Shawn Michaels, I've never seen a bad Shawn Michaels match. When he gets into that ring, I'm blubbering here. He just makes it look easy, okay? Like JBL says, the good ones make it look easy, okay? Shawn Michaels makes it look easy, okay? Greatest in-ring performer of all time, in my opinion. When these two had their match, okay, the drama in this match, the steel chair shots, the fuck am I trying to say? Steel garbage can shots to the skull, the splashes through the tables, the jackknife roll-up, Shawn Michaels getting the 1, 2, 3. I can watch this match every week if I wanted to. That's how good it is, man. I can watch this match every week if I wanted to. Okay? Plus, these two, best friends for life, they're so comfortable with each other inside the ring. You know, Shawn Michaels out for 4 years, first match back. It's like riding a bicycle, okay? It's like riding a car. Once you don't do it for a while, you come back, it comes back to you instantly, okay? Shawn Michaels, Triple H putting on an instant classic. I love at the end Triple H being like a fucking crybaby bitch. Sledgehammer to the back of Shawn Michaels. The back injury, okay? Actually, he did have a back injury, but to add more insult to injury, Jim Ross going crazy. Tell me why, you bastard. I love that, man. Jim Ross. I'll never get used to Michael Cole. I will never get used to not hearing Jim Ross on my television screen each and every week. Okay? Instant classic, Shawn Michaels, Triple H. Guys, that is my top 10 list of greatest SummerSlam matches. What am I at? 27 minutes. Alright, sorry about the long video, long upload, but I really want to get this out there. Top 10 SummerSlam matches of all time. You guys tell me if you like that. Tell me in the comments what you want to see top 10 wise. Tell me if you guys like this, if you hate this. If you didn't like it, then I probably won't really do it again. Because if you don't like it, I'm not really going to put it out there. But, guys, make sure if you like the video, you know, hit that like button. Okay? If you want to see more videos like this, if you want to see more of me, okay, if you enjoy my video style, hit that subscribe button, okay? You will not be disappointed. If you want to follow me on Twitter, guys, link is down below. Okay? Appreciate you guys listening to my voice. I will catch you guys later. Peace out.